the only way you can make the competitive game like really competitive is if it's separate from the main game. And it's just missing it's missing someone to be like, okay, this isn't competitive. This needs to get out. Competitive loot pool with adjusted chest spawn rates, with adjusted weapons. There's some disconnect between the people in charge of competitive and then like the people who are in charge of adding things. If I had to list the things of positives that you can have as a player, number one by a mile would be the ability to take somebody's wall through turbo build consistently. It doesn't need to be in the game. It can be not in the game. The game can be designed in a way, whether you adjust the numbers, whatever, that if you have like less than 70 ping, 80 ping, if you're turbo building, that person breaks your walls and try to take your wall, they can't.
Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Crashy, and today we're going to be talking about this stream that I happened to come across last night, just randomly. I was looking around some of the people I follow, and I ended up sitting down with Sypher as he talked about his perspective and his feelings about the current state of Fortnite, more specifically the current state of Fortnite competitive. Now, you can read the title, and I'm gonna keep it pretty harsh because I think it's fair to say SypherPK is fed up with Epic Games and Fortnite competitive. He's fed up with it, and for a multitude of reasons. Now, there was about a good 30 to 40 minute section at the very end of Sypher's broadcast where he kind of sat down with his chat and was explaining in detail on so many different levels and so many different issues within the game. And as you guys saw some of the clips, that I started this video with, there are many things that Sypher has, frustrations with and issues with and would like to see changed. Now, I personally have already covered a lot of my takes and my opinions on these specific issues in other videos, whenever covering the recent Fortnite competitive AMA, and we're going to take a look at that one portion of that here in a second again. And it's just, for me personally, it's very validating and very frustrating at the same time to see my sentiment and my, opinion, kind of resonating through the community. Now, specifically, I want to go on ahead and touch on the section where Sypher says that the number one skill to have as a player is the ability to consistently take walls. I also want to touch on the fact that Sypher doesn't think that taking walls should be in the game. I want to touch on the fact that Tfue moved across the country, or moved to a different part of the country to get lower ping, and he's even tweeted out, as you can see here, that taking walls is dumb, and the fact that we're playing a competitive game, this massive esport, at least in prize pool and in presentation, and there is core gameplay mechanics. Someone like SypherPK, who's been placing insane in the World Cup finals, has not qualified, but has been placing insane with his partner Ranger, and he's saying that, there's a core gameplay mechanic that is not available. Now, if you guys don't know, SypherPK is located in Texas. I am also located in Houston, Texas. And if you guys play on East or West and you're in East and West and you get good ping, then you just simply don't know what we play every single day. We are truly cut off from a portion of the game that is being played every single day by other players. We do not have the ability to pressure damage into builds. It's very hard to get into someone's box unless we're using exploits and tricks to force our way into boxes. We do not get wall replaces on players unless they're kind of caught off guard and have been tricked. And we use those tactics, don't get me wrong, but it is not the same game that other people are playing, and it can be very frustrating when trying to play, as an upper echelon player and trying to be a professional and trying to utilize what is in the game that other players are utilizing to earn, their position as a professional, and we simply can't do that. Now, I'm going to go ahead and jump back to this point from the Fortnite competitive AMA, which was posted about a week ago. And, Reddit user asks, are you guys considering a separate loot pool for arena/competitive? And Epic answers, not at the present time. Having the same core battle royale game played by players of all skill levels is healthy for the overall state of the game and keeps competition open, approachable, and for both players and viewers. Now, I want to go on ahead and specifically touch on this, I don't even know what to call it. It's like this theme, this statement, this mission statement, this kind of like anecdotal like story that Epic is trying to sell us. Basically, Epic Games, their like mission statement with Fortnite all the way up from, you know, from the bottom of casuals all the way up to Fortnite professional scene, their sentiment, their story, their driving marketing pitch is that, you know, you can be next. Anybody can queue up. We're, you know, quadruple cross-platform. You know, we're all playing the same game. Anybody can queue up. Anybody can try to make it to qualifiers. Anybody can try to make it to the World Cup. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. That's not true. Someone on mobile will never make it to World Cup. Someone on console will probably never make it to World Cup. You know, someone that's not playing on a good computer with good frames and good performance, someone that's not, you know, mastering the game and scrimming and playing, it's just not going to happen. And you shouldn't feel bad about that, but we need to take what's literally a reality and stop just feeding bullshit into our community. And why is this relevant to the point about, you know, different loopholes for arena and competitive than from pubs? It's important because there's so much potential to have a truly competitive, a solid, phenomenal competitive esport in front of us. And as you can hear some of these players talking about how frustrating it is, and Sypher talking about how frustrating it is to, you know, not have separate loopholes and to not have, you know, competitive items. They throw items like the storm flip in the game, and yeah, it's disabled for this week, but being disabled for this weekend of competitive tournaments means that it will be enabled in the future. Epic Games has taken a hard stance on forcing you know, mass change throughout the game and forcing players to evolve to that. And in the public sense, that's absolutely fine. In public matches, it's absolutely fine. There's nothing on the line. It doesn't really matter. And it's fun. Items like the storm flip, items, you know, like the boom boxes and all these non-competitive items are fun and have a place in Fortnite, but they do not have a place in competitive Fortnite. And overall, guys, I just kind of want to talk about the fact that Epic Games is being very self-sabotaging. And I personally know, I'm going to just go ahead and say it, I know that what is best for the game is for them to separate casual and competitive play. We need them to be very clear with the differences between their game. Instead of saying to everybody in the world, hey, you know, everybody's playing the same game. We want the same loophole. We want the same items. We want the same everything. And everybody can queue up and everybody can qualify. Instead of selling that lie, instead of selling that story, they should be introducing you into the professional scene and into the competitive scene. They should be pushing out content during their broadcasts to explain the differences, so that way they can convert viewers or public match players into viewers, into potential players. They should be going through the work to explain, hey, you know, guys, welcome to the Fortnite World Cup qualifiers. Today, we're going to be seeing some of the best players in North America East starting off this broadcast, going into the semifinals, and we're going to go ahead and break down the competitive format. And they run down the list, and they say, in the competitive Fortnite world, item pool has been reduced. We have no pistols, no this, that, the other. And this is going to keep the game more competitive to allow the players to get the weapons and items that they need to be successful, to allow for an ultimate competitive experience. They should run through the process of bringing the community up to that knowledge. And instead of just forcing everybody to play this bad version of a competitive game, they should do the work to keep the game fun, as they do, and I will not dispute that. They keep the game interesting, they keep the game fun, while also simultaneously providing a solid competitive experience for the professional scene. All in all, SypherPK, other professionals, and myself are fed up with Epic Games. We're fed up with being disrespected and, you know, the bad balance, the bad competitive decisions, the unbalanced nature of ping. We're fed up with it. And there's nothing we can do. And, you know, I just think that This game is on a clock, and the addition of Nate Nanzer to Epic Games, former Overwatch League commissioner, now joining Epic Games for esports, has to mean something for the future of the game, but that doesn't mean he will have anywhere near as much influence to make some of the changes that we need. And so I'm hopeful, I'm weary, I'm doubtful, but overall I hope that the competitive side of the game improves and that Epic does what they do very well and continues to push out phenomenal cosmetic items for monetization, push out phenomenal items that are fun and have potential to possibly make it into the competitive loophole, while providing a fun and amazing experience for casual players and just non-competitive players in the public match lobbies. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Are you fed up with Epic Games and the competitive state of Fortnite, like SypherPK, like myself and many others? I'd love to hear it. Thanks for checking out this video, and I'll see you on the next one.
Do you feel your bones start to shake? Do you feel the earth?